Ever wondered what the shortest war in history was? A blink, a sigh, a quick glance at the clock, and it would have been over. An event so brief, yet so impactful, it left an indelible mark on the pages of history. Could you imagine a conflict that lasted less than the time it takes to brew a pot of coffee? Intriguing, isn't it? Well, strap in for a quick history lesson as we delve into the story of the shortest war in recorded history. Before the dawn of the 27th of August, 1896, tension was brewing in the Sultanate of Zanzibar. The sudden death of Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini, a man known for his pro-British leanings, lit the fuse of conflict. His cousin, Khalid bin Bargash, quickly seized the throne, bypassing the British consul and flouting the Treaty of 1886, which gave the British the right to veto the Sultan's successor. Khalid's audacious move was a direct challenge to British authority. In response, the British issued an ultimatum. Khalid was to vacate the palace by 9 o'clock the next morning or face the consequences. The stakes were high, and the tension palpable. The Sultanate of Zanzibar was on the brink of war, a war that would be remembered not for its length or ferocity but for its brevity. Despite the clear warning, Khalid bin Bargash refused to stand down, setting the stage for a conflict of unprecedented brevity. The clock struck 9:02 a.m., and with the Sultan's refusal to surrender, the British ships in the harbor opened fire. The war had begun. The British forces initiated the action with a heavy bombardment on the Sultan's palace, a grand structure that soon crumbled under the onslaught. Two British ships, the HMS Philomel and HMS St. George, played pivotal roles in this conflict. The HMS Philomel, with her smaller guns, was tasked with the destruction of the Sultan's artillery. This vessel's precision and speed were instrumental in silencing the opposing cannons, aiding the British forces in maintaining their strategic advantage. Simultaneously, the larger HMS St. George focused its powerful guns on the palace. The Sultan's residence, once a symbol of his authority, was reduced to rubble within minutes. The relentless bombardment from the British fleet left the Zanzibar forces in disarray. In the midst of the chaos, Sultan Khalid, the ruler of Zanzibar, made a daring escape. With his palace in ruins and his forces scattered, Khalid fled the capital, narrowly evading capture. His flight marked a turning point in the conflict, signaling the end of organized resistance against the British forces. However, the war was not without its casualties. As the smoke cleared, the human cost of this brief conflict became evident. Many Zanzibari defenders lost their lives, and countless others were injured. The British forces, on the other hand, sustained only one injury. The disparity in casualties underscored the overwhelming superiority of the British military might. The ceasefire was declared at 9:40 a.m., just 38 minutes after the first shots were fired. The British had achieved their objectives swiftly, with minimal losses. This swift resolution underscored the asymmetry of the conflict, with the superior British forces overpowering the Sultan's defenders in less than an hour. By 9:40 a.m., less than 40 minutes after it began, the war was over. This marked the end of the shortest recorded war in history, a conflict that, despite its brevity, had profound implications for the future of Zanzibar. In the aftermath of the war, the British installed a puppet sultan and tightened their control over Zanzibar. The smoke had barely cleared when Hamad bin Mohammed was proclaimed the new sultan. His rule was heavily influenced by the British consul, effectively making Zanzibar a de facto colony. Yet the remnants of resistance still lingered. Sultan Khalid, who had instigated the conflict, managed to escape the bombardment. He was later captured by British forces in a mission led by Captain Saleh. Exiled to Seychelles and St. Helena, Khalid's defiance was quelled, but his spirit remained unbroken. The profound impact of the war was felt far beyond the borders of Zanzibar. It marked the end of the Zanzibar Sultanate's sovereignty, leaving an indelible mark on the political landscape of East Africa. The British influence continued to grow, shaping the region's future. But what truly sets the Anglo-Zanzibar War apart is its record-breaking brevity. The war, starting and ending on the morning of August 27, 1896, lasted only about 40 minutes. This makes it the shortest recorded war in history, a unique distinction that it holds to this day. And so ended the Anglo-Zanzibar War, a brief but significant moment in history, a testament to the power dynamics of the colonial era.